Hey everybody, you're watching Cad Roll Hunter, and I have a fresh box $500 of Canadian quarters. You know, I average about 20 colorized quarters in a box of quarters. Can we do that today? Can we do even better? Even better than that would be, can we find silver? Stay tuned. Hey everybody, this is James and you're watching my channel, Cad Roll Hunter. I think it's safe to say that Canada is the world leader in circulating colorized coins. A lot of people who watch my channel from other countries kind of drool a little bit when they see some of the colorized quarters here. There are a couple of other countries that are trying to give us a run for our money. I know Australia has some fantastic colorized coins. But a lot of the folks south of the border in the States really wish the US Mint would get in on the action and do some colorized quarters. Well, until that happens, you can count on me here on this channel to give you a bit of a taste of what colorized quarters in circulation look like. So we're going to get into these rolls and see what is in here, if we can find any really nice ones in here. Of course, we'd love to find some silver. I average less than a silver a box. In fact, actually just less than one silver in every two boxes. So anytime we can get silver, we're lucky. But you never know, anything goes in circulating Canadian quarters. And we're also going to try to fill some spaces in our Lighthouse Vista Canada album. We've done really well in our album. We'll bring that out at the end and see if there are any upgrades, any additions. If we find early silver, it's bound to be an addition. So let's get in here and see what we can find. Well, we're just in roll number one. This is not a colorized quarter, but there is a colorized version of this. This is the 2015 Poppy. You can see that big, beautiful flower there. The colorized version is spectacular. We'd be incredibly lucky if we could find one of those today. This coin here is actually in pretty nice shape, just very lightly circulated. I think I'm going to hold on to this one. Still in that roll, we got a second one, and it is also gorgeous. So that's two of the 2015 Poppies. I'd love to find a colorized version in here. Roll number 8 already, and we haven't found any color. We haven't found much of anything at all. We do have an edge here that looks a little bit discolored, so it's hard to know if this is a dirty coin or if this is some kind of a tarnished silver coin. The only way to find out is to lay it down and find it, and I see it. And it's just a filthy, dirty coin. It looks from 2000 and something. Ugh. Roll number 9, and we've got a beautiful commemorative. This is from 2011. This is in the Legendary Nature series. This is the Orca. This is another one that has a colorized version that we'd love to find in this box if we're going to get any color at all. Roll number 11, still no color, still no real finds, but we do have a 1968. We want to check to make sure it is nickel and not silver. If it was silver, a 1968 50% silver quarter, it would not have stuck to the magnet. It is nickel, and nickel is magnetic. We got to keep going. Well, roll number 13 is going to give us something to look for anyway. Here is a 1973 RCMP Centennial Commemorative, and there are two versions of the obverse. There is the large bust and the small bust. The small bust is the common one. The large bust is the one you want to find, and it's quite valuable. We'll take a peek. So here it is, and we can tell this is going to be the common small bust. And the two things you want to look at, the beads along the rim. On the small bust, they're far away. On the large bust, you want to see them right up tucked close to the rim. And the other tell here is the hair. On the small bust, we've got lots of detail in the hair, and the large bust, it's a lot softer and less detail. So you want to find the large bust, not this one. Okay, well, I've hunted 25 rolls, half of this box, and we've got nothing. We got a few nicer than average coins, but I don't know that they're perfect. We have 0 color coins, no silver. That's not a big giveaway necessarily, but with no US and no colorized coins, I'm thinking that these rolls that I've gone through have probably been hunted. It's just about as bad as doing an ARP box, the Alloy Recovery Program, except that I'd probably have gotten colorized coins in an ARP box. So this might be even worse, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to do it the way these boxes are often assembled. Sometimes they just throw, like this one here might be from another bundle. So there could still be something somewhere in here. It could all be hunted. Who knows? So what I got to do is just get through it. If there's nothing else, we'll do a little wrap up. but this is going to have been a boring hunt, and so we might need to add something else to keep it interesting. I can hardly believe it. We're in roll number 31, and we finally got our very first colorized coin. We got a Sir Isaac Brock, War of 1812, colorized quarter, only our first. We got a long ways to go if we want to hit my average of 20 colorized coins per box. This is going to bring my average down for sure, unless the rest of these rolls are totally different than the first 30. My goodness. We are all the way in roll number 47 and just one color. And this is our first provincial coin. So I think we've got a hunted box, and I'm going to have to find something else here because we got nothing. Roll number 48 here says USA on it, but the ender is a Canadian coin. We'll find out. And it doesn't look like there's any Americans whatsoever in there. We haven't found any one of those so far either. Well, that box was an absolute dud. We just got one colorized coin. Obviously no silver. We didn't get even any US, which would tell us that the box wasn't hunted. We got a couple of nicer looking coins. I might hold on to one of these. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to only keep them if they're in pristine condition. Otherwise, I'm going to have to try to see if I can get another box of quarters so that we can actually see if we can find something, because that was just wholly disappointing. If I get another box, I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. It's been a little over a week and a half actually, but I got another box of quarters. Opening it up. These are definitely circulated quarters, custom wrapped on this side, and these ones are not ARP. These are London Gold Buyer. I've seen these before, so I expect, we're not going to find silver. I think they are a silver and gold dealer, so I don't think they're wrapping up silver accidentally. We might find colorized coins in here. We might find other things that are maybe not as interested in. You never know. We just got to get in this box and see what we can find. Hopefully, we'll find something more than our one find from box number 1. Box number 2 coming right up. Well, looky there, roll number 1 in this second box is going to give us a colorized coin. It's a pretty circulated 2006 pink ribbon. So we got our second color. It just took us one roll in this box to get our second color of this 2-box hunt. So already we're doing well as we did last box. As long as these last 49 rolls aren't duds, we'll be doing better. Roll number 2, and there is our first American of the hunt. It is a 1990 out of Philadelphia, and it's going to have the eagle on the back. At the end of roll number 4, we got a couple Americans we're going to find here. This one here, a 2022 Denver, and that's the Sally Ride. That's cool. And then this one looks like it might be pretty nice. Looks like it's a really nice looking Pennsylvania state quarter. That one looks almost completely uncirculated. Maybe a AU perhaps. That one's out of Philadelphia. Gorgeous coin. Roll 7, and we've got another really nice state quarter. This one's the 2008 Alaska in really nice condition. I am not an expert on American varieties, but this is one that I'm aware of a variety in, and I just put it under the scope and check it out. We have the extra claw. So here up in Canada, we found a variety on a US quarter. It's just a little die chip there, but this one has some value. Collectors look for it, and it's also a coin that is in pretty nice condition. So we got the Alaska 2008 state quarter extra claw variety. That's sweet. And talking about sweet, just a few coins later, we got the Hope for a Green Future in color, and this one looks to be in also very nice condition. That is one of my favorites, just a beautiful quarter. So we're doing way better in this box than we were in box number 1. Awesome. And towards the end of that roll, we're just 1 year off silver. It's a 1965. If it was a 1964, we'd be looking at 90% US silver, which would have been really cool. Of course, Canadian quarters in 1965 were still made of 80% silver. If we find any of those, we'll be pretty happy. Roll 8, and when I saw this, it didn't even look real. But when I flip it over, it is the Canada Big Poppy, and it's really dirty and sort of discolored on that side. It just didn't look like a real coin to me, but it looks like it is. It's just in really rough shape, not a keeper at all, but very odd looking. It almost looked like plastic on this side. So I've just opened up roll number 10, and I found something I have never found before. You got to check this out. It is a colorized quarter, but this is not a circulating colorized quarter. This is a Montreal Canadiens 2006. It's 25 cents. I'm going to have to pull it up on Numista to see what the mintage is on this. You can see some of that color enamel has been scratched off from circulation, but this is crazy. I'll pull it up. All right, here it is on Numista. This is the 2006 Montreal Canadiens quarter, and it's minted at just 11,765. So that is exceptionally low mint. And I learned that this was actually also minted in 2007, and that one is even scarcer at just over 4,000. But wow, that is incredible. This would have been sold in a set by the mint to commemorate the Canadiens, and this is a wicked, wicked find. Sweet. And just a couple of coins behind that one, we got the 2011 colorized wood bison. So this box is, well, orders of magnitude better already, and we're just 10 rolls into this thing. Roll number 15, we've got another really nice U.S. state quarter. This one is the 2007 from Idaho. This one is the Philadelphia. These are the customer wrapped rolls over on the right-hand side. I don't know that I'm quite willing to say we've got a collection dump or anything like that, but definitely some nice coins in those rolls. Same roll, there's another one, 2000 from Virginia, and it looks beautiful. This one also out of Philadelphia. Roll 16, more beautiful color. There is the 2004 color poppy, and it's in beautiful condition. Roll 18, and there is another 2004 color poppy. Roll 19, we're going to get another beauty. This one's going to be a Millennium quarter. It just looks gorgeous. We'll see what it is. This is the 1999 December. Wow, beautiful. This is the end of roll number 21. It was kind of mangled, and I wasn't sure exactly what was going on with it until I started to take the coins out of here. And you gotta check this one out. Somebody has flattened this quarter. It's actually bigger and flatter than a regular quarter, ever so slightly. But you can see the devices are kind of like ground down or flattened down. You can barely read the stuff on it. Very odd. That is a miscellaneous find to be sure. Roll 25, and there is another really nice looking American quarter. This one's out of Denver, and it's the 2015 Blue Ridge Parkway. And the edge, which I can't get to, just looked really nice and sharp and squared. Sometimes they look a little rounded, so I knew it was newer, but 2015 Blue Ridge Parkway. We're going to get a nice older one here in roll number 26, and it looks really nice. And it is a 1990. Of course, I was hoping it might be a 1991, but maybe this is an album upgrader. It looks gorgeous. Beautiful coin. Roll 35, and there's a beauty at 2022 Philadelphia. And it's the Anime Wong. Nice. And just a bit behind that one, we got some grungy color. It's a 2004. That's our third one of this box. And more color in that roll. There's an 1812 DeSalaberry. I just flipped it over and saw the color. We are doing well in this box, absolutely. Roll 36 is going to give us a colored ender. There is an 1812 Brock. That's the one find we got in box number 1, so we're going to double that here. And there is another beauty to start off here in roll number 37. It's the Nina Otero Warren. We'll flip it over and we'll see this one is out of Philadelphia, 2022 as well. Well, just getting into roll number 38, and we're going to get ourselves a low mintage quarter. This is a 1970, and it's actually in pretty decent shape. 1970 saw limited production of quarters because of a strike with staff. It's got some lines on it. It's a low mint. I tend to keep these ones anyway, but finding a 1970 in a roll is actually a pretty decent find. Roll number 41 is one of these London Gold buyer rolls, and surprisingly, we're going to get a foreign. Check this out. It's 1 peso from the Philippines. It says 2003 on that side. On the other side, it says 1993. This, I think, commemorating the central bank. But yeah, it's a 2008 1 peso. I guess the edge looks a little bit different. The reading's different than our coins, but it's about the same size. And we got it in a roll of quarters. Roll 42 is going to give us a little bonus string here. Maybe that's going to be some good luck. You never know. Roll 45 is going to give us a really nice Olympic commemorative. This is the Cindy Clausen. 2009 in beautiful condition. This one you could also find colorized, where that stylized maple leaf behind Cindy is actually all red. And there's another nice American here from 2022. We found several of these. This is another one of the Anime Wong. There is a beautiful provincial commemorative from 1992. This is 125 years of Confederation. This one's from Ontario and in gorgeous condition. That's beautiful. I found a trashy one earlier. It was also Ontario. I didn't even bother to show you. It wasn't all that nice, but this is a really nice one. So that's it for roll number 50. Actually, roll number 100 of this 2-box hunt. That's it for the box. I'm going to organize all the finds, and we'll have a little bit of a wrap up and see if we have any additions or upgrades to the album. Well, it looks like we managed to pull this one out of the fire with that second box with some pretty good finds. Here's what we got. Well, we got a flattened quarter here that somebody's, well, kind of mangled. We ended up getting 26 US quarters, including that 2008 Extra Claw die variety. That was really cool. We got a 4 and 2. We got that 2008 1 Peso from the Philippines, a quarter in our Canadian roll. That's pretty awesome. We ended up getting 10 colorized coins. Well, 11 if you want to count our last find, but 10. 1 in the first box and 9 in the second box. So definitely lower than what I would normally get, but I'm not going to complain because that second box was much, much better. We got 3 2004s, a couple 2006s. We got the 11 Wood Bison, a couple Brocks. We got a DeSalberry, and a really nice 2017 Hope for a Green Future. And of course, that's not it. We got this 1970 low mint key date. Got a pretty nice 89 and a really nice 1990. We'll check those against the album. And a few others that could be upgraders, maybe keepers, we'll see. The find of the hunt, though, was our 11th colorized quarter, and it's this not intended for circulation. This is in a mid set. This is a 2006 Montreal Canadiens quarter. The Montreal Canadiens, of course, being a professional hockey club in Canada. And look at that mirror-like finish. It's just a little bit unfortunate that we have some scratches on the enamel surface. However, this coin is extremely low mintage. This one I think we saw was about 14,000, maybe less. I put it on screen earlier, but really, really low mint. Not the kind of thing we would expect to find in a coin roll hunt. It always boggles my mind when people take a set from the mint, take it out of the packaging, and then spend it. But I guess people get desperate or they're not all that interested. So they found a better use for it. I'm happy to have it in my collection. We're going to take a peek, speaking of the collection, at the album and see if we can make any headway, particularly with these nicer ones at the bottom. Here is our gorgeous Lighthouse Vista Canada album. We are sitting at 150 of 173 coins in this album. 7 of the 17 silver. So there is some progress we could make in the 50s, of course. Our first silver is a 1961. We got a 62. We don't have the 63, which as silver goes would be an easier one to get. 64, 65, 66. We got a 67 with the Bobcat, and we got the 68, which is 50%. And then, of course, the 68 was the year we transitioned to nickel. So we didn't upgrade the 1970. We've got lots of great looking quarters in here, but we did upgrade that 1990. So we made a little bit of progress, but overall, the album is looking pretty good. Some of the slots that we don't have are these years that were NIFCs. They were not intended for circulation, and so they would be exceptionally hard to get. 97, 98, 99, the 2000 and 2001 Caribou. Not the 2001, the 2000 Caribou. But we have lots of great coins in here. The last ones are going to be exceptionally tough. We got all of the colorized ones, some beautiful ones, the Canada flag. The 2017 was also not intended for circulation. And we have, oh, well, look at there. We needed 2024 in here, and I did pull one aside. down over here, so I'll throw that one in. And of course, we got this 1947 in a previous hunt. No space for that in this album. It only goes from 1953. Let me slot that 2004 in, so we've actually added 2, which means we're at 151 of 174 spots filled. All right, there you have it, that 2024. So we made some progress. We got 1 upgrade and 1 addition to the album. We're still looking for silver. I hope you enjoyed that quarter hunt and album fill. We hunted 4,000 quarters. We did 2 full boxes, and we got some really cool stuff, including this Montreal Canadiens quarter. If you enjoyed the video and you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, Cattle Hunter, go ahead and hit that button and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and it supports the channel, and I would really appreciate it. Give the video a like as well. And of course, thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate it, and we'll see you again next time. The sponsors of today's video are Lighthouse Canada and the Charlton Press. Lighthouse Canada is the leading supplier of high-quality numismatic supplies in Canada, and the Charlton Press is the leading publisher of coin and paper money catalogs and price guides for Canadian collectors. Go check out their online stores today and use the exclusive discount code CRH20 for 20% off all your purchases.